Hello students, welcome to your channel. Please like, share and subscribe your own channel, School Studies. School Studies is pleased to announce the launch of our educational website, Patel section. After years of hard work and dedication, we are delighted to officially announce the launch. Today we will see a video related to NCERT solution for class 8 History, chapter 10, India after independence. So let's solve textbook exercise. Name three problems that the newly independent nation of India faced. When India became independent in August 1947, it faced a series of very great challenges. 8 million refugees had come into the country from what was known Pakistan. Homes and jobs had to be found for these people. The problem of the princely state, almost 500 of them, each ruled by a Maharaja or a Nawab, each of whom had to be persuaded to join the new nation. Challenges faced by the refugees and the princely state had to be addressed immediately. Next, what was the role of Planning Commission? In 1950, the government set up a planning commission to help design and execute suitable policies of economic development. The commission had to design the roles played by the private players and the government in a system which was to be called a mixed economy system. Next is the fill in the blanks. Subjects that were placed on the union list were taxes, defense and foreign affairs. Subjects on the concurrent list were forest and agriculture. Economic planning, by which both the state and the private sector played a role in developing what was called a mixed economy model. The death of Poti Shriramula sparked off such violent protest that the government was forced to give into the demand for the linguistic state of Andhra. Next, state whether true or false. At independence, the majority of Indians lived in villages. True. The Constituent Assembly was made up of members of Congress party. False. In the first national election, only men were allowed to vote. False. The second five-year plan focused on the development of heavy industry. True. Next question. What did Dr. Ambedkar mean when he said that in politics we will have equality and in social and economic life we will have inequality? B.R. Ambedkar believed that political democracy should be followed by economic and social democracy. When he said that the above given words, he meant to eradicate the inequality in the social and economic spheres of life. He wanted no discrimination between rich and poor or upper caste or lower caste. According to him, only when the democracy touches all the spheres of people's life, only then can it a true democracy. Next, after independence, why was there a reluctance to divide the country on linguistic lines? Both Prime Minister Nehru and Deputy Prime Minister Vallabhbhai Patel were against the creation of linguistic states. After the partition, Nehru said, disruptionist tendencies had come to a fore. To check them, the nation had to be strong and united. India had already been divided on the basis of religion. Despite the wishes and the efforts of Mahatma Gandhi, freedom had come not to one nation but to two. Next, give one reason why English continued to be used in India after independence. Many Congress members believed that the English language should leave India with the British rulers. According to them, Hindi should take English place. However, those who did not speak Hindi were of different opinion. Speaking in the assembly, T.T. Krishna Manchari conveyed a warning on behalf of people of the South, some of whom threatened to separate from India if Hindi was imposed on them. A compromise was finally arrived at, namely that while Hindi will be the official language of India, English will be used in the courts, the services and the communication between one state and the another. Next, how was the economic development of India visualized in the early decades after independence? There is a free press as well as an independent judiciary. The fact that the people of India speak different languages or practice different faiths has not come in the way of national unity. Some parts of India and some groups of India have benefited a great deal from economic development. They live in large houses and dine in i- expensive restaurants, send their children to expensive private schools, and take expensive foreign holidays. At the same time, many others continue to live below the poverty line, housed in urban slums or living in remote village on lands that yield little. They cannot afford to send their children to school. So this was chapter 10 of NCERT solution for class 8 history. I hope you like my video. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you. Please leave comment, question or doubts in comment section if you have any, or you can drop a mail to us. You will find my email ID at the end of this video. You can also join us on Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, connect us on LinkedIn or tweet us on Twitter. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.